They fought daily until they learned to pray together. I want to share with you a story of two people who could not stand each other but then learned to pray together. This is their story. Part 1. They hated each other. In a small town in America lived a man and his wife. They were a happy couple until they had children. After having children, they started fighting daily about how to raise their kids. The husband wanted his children to go to church every day, while the wife wanted her children to be free to choose their own path in life. They argued so much that they even considered getting a divorce. But before they took such a drastic step, they decided to go to a counselor to see if there was anything they could do to fix their relationship. The counselor asked them many questions about their childhoods and what kind of environment they grew up in. Then she told them that their problem was simple. "You both want to win the argument," she said. "But no one is listening to each other. If you really love each other, you need to listen to your partner and understand where they're coming from." The couple thought this made sense, but it didn't make things any easier. Every time they started talking about their kids, they ended up yelling at each other. One day, after another intense fight, the wife sat down and wrote a letter to her husband. In the letter, she poured out her heart and told him how much she loved him and how much she appreciated everything he did for her and their family. She also told him that she knew they had different views on religion, but that she never wanted those differences to come between them because their love for each other was more important than anything else. After writing the letter, she went to bed feeling much better. The next morning, she handed the letter to her husband and told him to read it. He read it and then looked at her. "You're right," he said. "I am sorry I haven't been listening to you or trying to understand your point of view. You were right. Our love for each other is more important than anything else, and we need to keep that in mind when we talk about our kids." She hugged him and told him that she loved him too. "I'm sorry I haven't been listening to you either," she said. "We both need to work on that." And just like that, they made amends and became best friends. From that day forward, they made sure to always listen to each other and try to understand each other's point of view. They continued to argue sometimes, but they never fought as bitterly as they used to. They learned that it's okay to have different opinions, but it's not okay to let those differences destroy their marriage. Part 2. Learning to pray together. Many years passed and their children grew up and moved out of the house. The old couple enjoyed their retirement and spent most of their time traveling and spending time with their grandchildren. One day, while they were praying together, the old man turned to his wife and said, "You know, I can't believe how lucky I am to have you as my wife. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me." She smiled and said, "I feel the same way about you, my love." They continued to pray together every day, and it was during these prayers that they shared their deepest thoughts and feelings with each other. They prayed for their children and grandchildren, for their health and happiness, and for the strength to continue loving each other as they grew older. The old man was a strong believer in God, and he had never doubted his faith. But as he got older, he started to feel like his faith was fading away. He didn't know if it was because he was getting older or if it was because he didn't spend as much time praying as he used to. He talked to his wife about it one day and she listened patiently. "I know what you're going through," she said when he was done. "I've been in the same situation myself. The secret is to never stop believing, no matter how difficult things may seem. As long as you believe, you will always have faith." He hugged her and thanked her for her wisdom. He knew she was right, but he couldn't help feeling discouraged. One day, while they were praying together, he poured out his heart to God. He told God that he was losing faith and that he needed help to get it back. He didn't know if God was listening, but he felt better after pouring out his heart. A few days later, he was reading the Bible when he came across a passage that said, "Ask, and ye shall receive, seek, and ye shall find, knock, and the door shall be opened unto you." He thought about what the passage meant and realized that God was trying to tell him something. Maybe God wasn't punishing him for losing faith. Maybe God was trying to teach him something. He went to his wife and told her about the passage. She listened and then said, "That's right. God isn't punishing you. He's trying to teach you that you need to have faith in him no matter what happens. You can't let your faith waver because that will only make things worse. He thought about what she said and realized that she was right. He needed to have faith in God, no matter what happened. From that day forward, he never lost faith in God again. He knew that no matter what happened, God would always be there for him if he just had faith. Part 3. Their secret to a happy marriage. As the years passed, the old couple's love for each other only grew stronger. They had faced many challenges together, but they had never once regretted staying together. They knew that their love for each other was the most important thing in their lives, and they never took it for granted. One day, a young couple approached them and asked for advice on how to have a happy marriage. The old couple smiled and looked at each other. "Our secret is simple," the old woman said. "All you need to do is love each other every day." The young couple was confused. "But how do we do that?" the young man asked. The old couple held hands and looked at each other lovingly. "It's easy," the old man said. "Just remember that your spouse is your best friend, and that you need to listen to them and understand their point of view. Don't ever go to bed angry and always try to make amends as soon as possible. Remember that no one is perfect and that you need to accept your spouse for who they are." The young couple thanked them for their advice and went on their way. The old couple watched them go and then turned back to each other. "I love you," the old man said. "And I know that no matter what happens, our love for each other will always be the most important thing in our lives." The old woman nodded and smiled. "I love you too, my darling husband." And as they stood there holding each other close, they knew that their love would last forever. The end. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.